Hey guys, so I think this will probably be the first clip in this video. So I think this will be the first part of the video about me building the van, because everything is finally torn out, kind of. I couldn't get the bolts out of the floor, like for where the seats were, especially because there was a lot of bolts in there that weren't even connected to seats in the first place. Oh, there's bolts for the seat belts, so that was a lot. But anyways, I'm pretty much done with like emptying it out, and it's still pretty dirty. So I think I'm just gonna like clean and insulate together. So for example, like when I don't really need to clean the ceiling. I don't think I really need to clean the walls either. They're fine. It's just the floor. The floor is really dirty. There's a lot of dirt and rocks. I don't know how the rocks got in there, but yeah. So probably like right before I do the flooring, I'll clean it, put the insulation in, and then I'm gonna do laminate wood flooring. So yeah. But anyways, I just got back from going to the hardware store, and oh my god, it was so awkward. Okay, so I just got back from the hardware store to get a couple things. I got this rust dissolver because to protect the bare metal for when I'm installing the fan. Also, there's some rust on the floor. Hopefully, I'm gonna also sand it. I'm gonna sand it first and then do the spray, and hopefully that'll be alright. So, I also got this mounting tape. So, yeah, for various things I could do. You'll see later in the future. What are they called? Videos. They're called videos. Okay, so in future videos, you'll see how I use these things. But anyways, yeah. And then I also got this bad boy. Yes, I don't. This is so awkward. So yeah, that's Reflectix, which I am only using for the floor because I know it's not the best option out there, but it's the thinnest, and I am 5'9", so I kind of need as much space as I can get. So yeah, I already know I can't stand up straight in that van, which is fine, but the more space the better, you know. I don't need a bunch of padding on the floor. I'm gonna put like a little carpet in there anyways, so I don't know, I'm not too worried about the floor being like too cold. Maybe it'll suck if it's too hot, but it's not that big of a deal for me personally. But anyways, yeah, and for the walls and the ceiling, I'm gonna use like a foam board, but I couldn't buy that today because it would not fit in this cart that I brought. I didn't want to bring the van because it's really dusty and dirty in there, and it's kind of embarrassing because I've only sanded half of it because my hand started hurting, and it's mostly better, but like sometimes some motions still hurt. So I don't know, that kind of sucks. I'm still gonna end up sanding the rest anyways, but I'm waiting. I have my work schedule already for the whole summer, so there's a day I have 4 days off in a row, so that's when I'm really gonna like buckle down and finish sanding and painting. And then up until then, because that's gonna be in like a month, so up until then I'm just gonna work on the inside. Yeah. So anyways, I was gonna say, I don't know about other like female ladies. Oh, okay. So I don't know about other like women out there, but I feel like it's so awkward going to the hardware store sometimes by yourself, because it's like 95%, maybe 90% men in there, and then the women that are in there are with like their husbands or whatever, and I don't know, it's just weird. I feel like I don't fit in at all. It's like, I don't know, I'm the kind of person because, like, you know, I feel awkward and uncomfortable very easily. It was so awkward going in there. I don't know. I'm like, the whole time I'm just like thinking like, oh, what do they think I'm doing here? Like, do they think I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why I care, but I do. So yeah, it was really awkward. Really awkward. I don't like going places alone, but this is kind of a whole journey to help me do stuff alone, because I used to be very dependent, a very, very dependent person, so I'm trying to step away from that. It's definitely difficult. Anywho, I have like, man, I spent way too much time there. I have like 2 hours of free time before I have to get ready for work today, and I was gonna try to install the fan, but I was hoping to start doing that like 3 hours ago, and I've almost wasted my whole morning. It's because I didn't want to wake up on time and spent a lot of time going to the store, and yeah, God. So I don't know if I'm gonna do anything today. Crap. Okay, well, I'll hopefully finish insulating sometime this week. Let's see. I did have, real quick, I was gonna have the seats installed, but there was an issue with that. I'll talk more about that in a different video, but it's kind of a bummer, and makes me want to just take a break. But I shouldn't let those things get in my way. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Yeah. Hey guys, so I finished tearing everything out of the van and cleaning the doors and stuff. So the taking apart part is done. Now I'm doing the building, and the first thing I did was install the fan. I will show you that. I put a sealant tape type thing to make it stick onto there. The only thing is I still need to screw it in, which I realized I have nothing to screw it into unless I have like wood or something. So now I'm doing the insulation, and then after I'm done that with the insulation, I will do I'm gonna do like a tongue and groove paneling wood thing. So yeah, there's the fan, and I'm working on the insulation using brooms because I had nothing else. So, yeah. So yeah, for the ceiling and the walls, I'm using a foam board insulation. It's polyiso, I think, foam board. The one I have is 1/2 inch thick. I think I was meaning to get like a 3/4 inch thick, but I think all I could find was the 1/2 inch and the inch, and I was like, I'd rather get a 1/2 inch so there's more space. So I don't know if it makes much of a difference, but hopefully it'll work out. Alright, I'm using my headphones to record this video because I love the audio wearing this compared to just recording with my phone. So yeah, that's why I look super cool right now. Just kidding. Alright, so I didn't record much footage of me actually installing the fan and doing the insulation, but I will include those pictures and talk a little bit about what I did. So for the fan, I just, did the measurements, cut a hole, put putty on the sides of the fan to stick it in, and then I screwed it in. I think I used some other things too to just really seal that up. Oh yeah, I used a sealant. But anyways, it's super like waterproof, very tight. It's not going anywhere. And it wasn't that hard. The worst part was just praying that my measurements were right for the fan. especially if the hole was too big, that would be a disaster. But it worked out, first try, did great. And then for the insulation, like I mentioned before, for the floor, I just did Reflectix, and I was able to find a welder to help me with the chairs, so then I can bolt them into the floor. So they did the welding, I did the bolting, I guess. So I have this picture of me underneath the van screwing in those bolts and making sure they're super tight, super locked in. There was like a little plastic covering, kind of covering some of the parts under the van, so I had to unscrew that to even get the bolts in. It was a whole thing, but definitely worth it. And that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's kind of fun. And yes, so then after those seats were in, I put down that Reflectix, which was super easy. And then for the walls and ceiling, I did the insulation board. And for the little cracks in between, I had an insulation spray. Yeah, the insulation process was fairly simple though. Yeah, that's all I did. Just an update. Finished sanding the van, and now I'm masking it so I can paint it. And oh my god, it is so hot. It's like 96 degrees, but 41% humidity. Not the funnest conditions. I still have the whole other side to do. But I think I'm done with this side and the front and the back. So that's good at least. Oh my god. Every single cell in my body is sweating. After finishing up the insulation, my sister so valiantly helped me with the painting process. We painted the bottom half red, and I decided to just keep the top half white. I was going for a Lilo from Lilo and Stitch kind of vibe. I did end up cutting myself in the sanding process, which I didn't show in this video, but I can talk more about that in another video.